there will be spoilers for Tales of the Underworld, so if you've not seen the shorts yet, then I highly recommend you do so before checking out this video. Tales of the Underworld is a very interesting short because this is the third one of the Tales series, and is this the best out of the three? Spoiler alert, no. I mean, it's better than Tales of the Empire, but not as good as Tales of the Jedi. But it's kind of close to Tales of the Jedi. It's in the same vein as Tales of the Jedi. Whatever they did for Tales of the Empire, they sort of avoided that. Tales of the Empire is very lore heavy, and it's not really that, in terms of story stuff is what I call it. But with Tales of the Underworld, there is actually story stuff. Like, I'm very surprised. These are actually stories, and not just lore dump. And especially for the Cad Bane stuff. I was expecting the Cad Bane story to be very just, oh, here's all the lore for Cad Bane is his childhood and all sorts of things, but no, it's actually like a real story with thematic elements and parallels so we know the character to be and that sort of thing. Like, there's actual stuff to digest in these two segments rather than the Tales of the Empire where it's just like, here's a bunch of lore stuff where it's not really that much, nuance you want to call it. Like, Tales of the Underworld actually has stuff to analyze and parallels. Because even with lore, there's still a little lore, there's still lore in there. Especially with the side adventures, like the beginning of the first episode, I was very surprised to have the sequel and boss, and Obi-Wan just put in the side adventures and the whole Dathomir pool thing. That was from one of the stories I never got told in visual form, which sucks, because I'd like to see that in visual form, not on a book, but it's cool to see that until like the tail end of it. For people who don't really know that story really, you get the tail end of it, and it's cool to see her resurrected somewhat, or an explanation, because the episodes that the side adventures are in are after the Bad Batch, because it's like the stormtroopers the designs of them are the same as the original trilogy, so like this is taking place after the Bad Batch, which is cool to see. And the Cad Bane stories are actually taking place before the Clone Wars. I feel like, obviously, it's cool to see that story. I'm very surprised by Cad Bane's story. I'm very am. And I feel like I'm talking more about that, because like with Side Adventures, like her story is very cool. Like, I really like her story. Having this Padawan, and we get to see the actual like Underworld, because there's both segments you actually get to see the Underworld, not like in Tales of the Empire. It's not really like most of the shows are really in the Empire, really. All 3 episodes of the Side Adventure story all felt very jam-packed with action. And like I said, Underworld stuff, it actually felt like the Underworld. Like the second episode, you went on a bounty hunter mission, which was cool. And even in the Cad Bane story, it felt like a Western. Like, the entire thing felt like episodes of a Western, which is so cool. Like, basically, I love, like, in the Cad Bane stories, that Cad Bane is treated like an actual villain. Because I thought he was going to be, like, some sympathetic villain that you're supposed to feel sorry for, but no. You don't feel sorry for him. And everything happened, you're like, okay, I understand why the way that he is during the Clone Wars and the rest of the media. Like, I understand why he's kind of a jerk. I understand why. And he's treated as this very serious threat. And the new characters that are introduced in that story work very well. And they serve their purpose. And they're good protagonists to follow, as Cad Bane's very clearly the villain. He's only portrayed as a good guy when he was a child, and that was it. Like the other two, he's portrayed as a villain, which is really, really cool. And that's just a position from the Side Adventure stories where she's portrayed as a hero. Even though she talks about how she's a villain, how she's a separatist, and she keeps telling them, to the Jedi Padawan, she keeps telling everyone that I'm the bad guy. But the Jedi Padawan's like, no, you're actually the good guy, you're actually doing good things. And that's such the opposites of these stories. And that's what was missing from the Tales of the Empire. Because the Tales of the Jedi, that's what they was opposites with Count Dooku and Ahsoka's story. They're opposites. And this is the same case, those two bounty hunters. Well, technically, Asajj Ventress is technically a bounty hunter. But you know what I mean. Like, it's someone who thinks they're bad, but, people are saying that they're good. But someone who thinks they're doing the right thing with Cad Bane's story, he's actually the bad guy. And so, what Cad Bane thinks is justice is actually wrong, but what Asajj Ventress thinks is bad is actually good. It's the exact opposite. That's why I actually really appreciate this. And I hope that more stories like this are told the way that it is, because I think Tales of the Empire was kind of a fumble a little bit. Not that it was terrible, but like we're getting back in action. Like, this is as close to Tales of the Jedi as you're going to get in terms of storytelling. Yeah, it's not gonna be as grand, or in terms of the main, like, this doesn't really affect the main, like, films really, like, at all. It doesn't really affect that at all, really, but it's just really cool stories, and also really cool to see these characters. It's done very well, and so because of that, because of me saying all that, where do I put this in a ranking then? Tales of the Underworld goes above the Clone Wars Season 2, but below Rebels Season 4. I feel like it's a good place to put it here, because I know some people may disagree with that, but I'm not going to do recency bias, where I'm going to put something way higher up because I just watched it. No, I'm trying to be as objective as possible, so yes, this is good, but it's not as good as everything above it. Some people may disagree with that. I understand that. Do you agree or disagree with where I placed Tales in the World? Did you watch Tales in the World? Because I would imagine you would have, because you get spoiled by it a little bit. But did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? Comment down below. It's gonna go now. So goodbye, everyone.